Athena and Willow Nightingale, first-time women main eventing ROH pay-per-view, and they put on a 5-star classic. Rhea Ripley injures Liv Morgan now after injuring Raquel last week. Who's she gonna face at SummerSlam? Charlotte Flair defeats IYO SKY with the weakest-looking natural selection. Shaved head Shotzi is scary and she's hunting down Bailey. And Taya Valkyrie is coming for DMD. Welcome if you're intrigued about this is DS and this is Women's Wrestling Weekly. I'm sporting my Barbie fit because I'm your Barbie girl, and before we jump in, I see 56% of you guys are still not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and let's jump right into WWE SmackDown. On WWE SmackDown, we got IYO SKY versus Charlotte Flair singles match with NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton in the ringside. 3 moonsault queens all in the same space. By the way, Charlotte's gear game has been so good. Love this orange gear so much. I've been just loving all these looks that she's been serving lately. She's serving it like it's pay-per-view every week. This match started out really fun with both showing off their athleticism, flipping around everywhere. The match was fun, but it did kind of look like it was on like 80% speed at some points. Like that one spot everyone was talking about online. I don't know. We all know that Charlotte and IYO can go get that 5-star match if they want to, so I think they're just like just strolling around having fun here. This match did really pick up by the end though. That sunset flip powerbomb from the top rope was really cool. Both IYO and Charlotte missed their moonsaults. Beautiful spear from Charlotte. Then IYO comes back with the top rope hurricanrana, and after back and forth roll-ups, Charlotte hits the weakest looking natural selection ever for the win. Oh, and also Bailey was doing commentary throughout this match until shaved head Shotzi's scary promo plays on the screen, all creepy and everything, so she freaks out and leaves to the backstage. Post-match, WWE Women's Champion Asuka ambushes Charlotte with triple threat match at SummerSlam. Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca Belair gets announced, and back in the locker room, we see Bailey find a photo of herself stuck with scissors on her luggage. Super scary. She then quickly leaves the arena, even though IYO didn't even get to fully pack up. And IYO's super cute, like, Baby, chotto matte kudasai. Baby! Love how all the angles are interconnected here. Love that IYO and the Money in the Bank briefcase continues to be a Joker card in this already unpredictable triple threat match. We also got all freaked out Bailey and scary shaved head Shotzi involved in this, so really we have no idea how this is all gonna go down, making this all very interesting. Stratified. And this episode is brought to you by Manscaped, because the Miz might have tiny balls, but I have ginormous one, and I keep them clean and shiny thanks to Manscaped, the global men's lifestyle brand that's disrupting the men's grooming market. And the Performance Package 4.0 is a game changer when it comes to creating the ultimate man's grooming and hygiene bundle. Now, I know I got big TMI last time we talked Manscaped. For longest time, I started tweezing them out. But I should also tell you how much my life changed since using this Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer and stopped tweezing my hair down there. Things are a lot more peaceful in my life. I don't need to Shaniqua S&M myself anymore because Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer with advanced skin-safe technology makes it so easy to trim, and it's also waterproof and has LED spotlights, so I use it in the shower. Super easy. I also have the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. Thank God this never happened during an interview, but I have refilmed a review because my nose hair was picking up. That's not gonna happen anymore with this baby. And the Performance Package also comes with Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, and 2 free gifts: Performance Boxer Briefs and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. The total package for us total divas. Join over 8 million men worldwide and me who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for Ring the Bell fam: 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code BELLE, BELLE, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code BELLE, BELLE. Open your heart and open your legs with confidence with Manscaped. On WWE Raw, we had Zoey Stark versus Becky Lynch match following last week's Miz TV segment, where we learned that Becky needs to defeat Zoey first to comfort Trish Stratus next. So we recently just saw a Becky versus Zoey match, which was also a really fun match, but this match, they really stepped up here. The chemistry between them was like on fire. Zoey got to show so much athleticism here. That Z360 reversal to backsploder, superplex into armbar into powerbomb. Also, Trish Stratus gets involved multiple times throughout the match, headbutting Becky with the face protector, sliding in her face protector to distract referee, creating multiple false finish-like situations, so I got so excited for that. And at the end, after another Trish interference, Zoey goes for another springboard dropkick, but Becky catches her midair and hits her manhandle slam for the win. Oh, this match was so freaking good. And now Becky is coming for Trish Stratus. Honestly, I'm so happy for Zoey. Getting to be in a storyline with top stars like Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus is amazing opportunity, and she sure is milking the heck out of it, putting this banger of matches like this. Oh, she is using this opportunity to her max. So happy for her, and Becky Lynch is seen so jolly backstage. Oh, I'm very satisfied. We also got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley match, and before the match, we learned that Raquel sustained a serious knee injury from Rhea's attack last week, and this week, even before the match started, Rhea ambushes Liv from the back and brutally attacks her. She has a bad habit of really enjoying this shit, all the way from Natalya to now Liv. The champion then brings out a steel chair to destroy Liv's arm over and over again, even with the official stopping her. This was an interesting angle because last week there were tons of rumors going around saying that Liv injured her arms. She was seen leaving the arena with a sling on her arm, so maybe she's actually somewhat injured and is using this angle as an opportunity to be out of action and rest for a little bit, which puts Rhea's status for SummerSlam into a very curious case. I mean, Raquel coming in to face her makes the most sense right now, but they just said she had a very serious knee injury, so I don't know how they're gonna go about that. I mean, Chelsea was also talking shit about Rhea as she was walking in backstage, so maybe champion versus champion. That's just my personal hope, because Chelsea looked so good. She's serving looks. We'll see how this all pans out, but I'm kind of worried for Rhea's reign. Also, Maxine Dupree challenges Valhalla for her first singles match debut, and Shayna Baszler says she will settle it with Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, and she will fight her. I don't know, the way she was setting up what she's gonna say at the end, like for some reason I thought she was gonna reveal some like big stipulations like no DQ or steel cage match, and then later when they interviewed Ronda Rousey, I guess they clarified a little bit saying that they just don't want a match, they want a fight. I guess what they're going for is that this is not just gonna be a wrestling match, they're gonna have a fight, they're gonna bring a real fight, it's gonna be a war, is I think what they're going for, but I don't know. Seriously, consider it still a cage match. Moving on to WWE NXT, we had Kiana James versus Gigi Dolan. After weeks of soap opera, or more like Nickelodeon storytelling, the match was pretty normal, bit underwhelming for all the heat they built for the last several weeks. Even that push to the pole was so slow, but interesting thing did happen at the end where, as always, Kiana has some shenanigans going on, so she grabbed her back. Short apology here, because I used to call her back ugly all the time. She truly clapped back, because that back had some major makeover. It's so cute. Anyway, Kiana grabs that cute bag and Gigi and her start doing the tug of war with it. Then Gigi takes the bag and tries to hit Kiana with it like Kim Kardashian. Rude. Then referee takes it away, but for some reason, like Gigi insists on taking the bag, letting Kiana hit 401k on the bag for the win. I mean, it's a cute finish, I'll say. I don't know, I was really warming up to the whole Gigi storyline, but she looked kind of dumb here. Why were you so obsessed with the bag? I think it was fine. Something definitely was missing for me though.
Good, not bad.
Then we got Thea Hale versus Elektra Lopez, accompanied by Lola Vice. Well, that's a name I haven't said in a while in this channel. I freaking love Elektra and Lola. I think Elektra's entrance graphic with that elevator is one of the coolest entrances in the women's division right now. Also, that gear was so hot, and they have this like really cute, she's my best friend, like snap thing going on. It's so cute. But this match was so quick, almost like embarrassingly for Elektra, and Thea Hale taps her out with Kimura Lock within like a minute. I mean, I'm happy for Thea because she's like super over with the crowd. Like, remember I thought all her pep rallies are so extra and like so stupid, but I think it really made her road to championship match really special, and people are really behind her in very short time. And post-match, she calls out NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton for a rematch and challenges her for a submission match, where Tiffany declines, saying that she's a champion and she makes the rule here. But Thea then locks her in a Kimura Lock, forcing her to accept the stipulation. I mean, not a great look for the NXT Women's Champion, but she showed up on SmackDown and everything representing, so I think she looks good either way. This was all very fun. I'm very satisfied. Some backstage stuff we got. We had Dana Brooke and Kalani Jordan training montage during synchronized acrobatics together. I mean, I loved it because it was super cute and campy, but it was like filmed in the studio space with like pink light and all. I get that they probably did this segment to explain more of their mentor-mentee relationship and give more depth to the storyline, but this happening in this like clearly production-made fake space only adds to the inauthentic nature of this whole situation. Like, they should be training in the ring or like acrobatics gym, where it would help us believe this relationship more. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was so ridiculous, and Cora Jade watching it puts it perfectly, like, gymnastics really? We also saw a war of words between Roxanne Perez and Blair Davenport before their rematch at Great American Bash, and it is pretty much what I've been talking about in this storyline. They are trying to really bring out that badass side of Roxanne. The talking points here, very Nickelodeon. Everyone says I'm not big enough, strong enough, but I will prove you wrong. But at the same time, I know that Roxanne is so good in the ring, so I think she can bring that killer instinct into the ring. Anyway, here Blair tells Roxanne to go home, then Roxanne storms out. And lastly, we see this interaction between Rhea Ripley and Lyra Valkyria, where Rhea told Lyra to get it together. I mean, this pep talk was kind of hot. I get why Rhea's a mommy. I mean, this was kind of babyface of Rhea, but whatever, I loved it. Let's move to AEW, starting with Dynamite. We had Britt Baker versus Kayla Sparks, who I love, but she is an enhancement talent here. This was a super quick one, and she hits that fisherman neckbreaker, taps Kayla out with the lockjaw. Rebuilding Britt, I guess. This was good.
Good. Not bad.
On Rampage main event, we saw TBS champion Chris Statlander continue the open challenge against the problem, Marina Shafir. I know that Marina kind of became like a meme almost after that "you don't know me" promo.
You know me. You don't know me.
But she definitely is something else. She's very unique. She here takes off her socks and then throws them at the crowd. And I'm like, wait, what did I just see? Should I be like, thank you? And this match was actually pretty good. Chris Statlander is that wrestler that can do everything. She can do acrobatics, she can do powerhouse. And I guess here she almost matches Marina's MMA style, which was really awesome to see. They were really hard hitting and intense. This match though was a little bit bizarre in that production standpoint. This match was clearly just to show how cool Statlander is. So they would literally replay a couple of Statlander's moves 4 to 5 times in full screen. I get that she's cool, but let me see the match now. No, but the match was fun. Marina looked super badass here, but in 5 minutes she falls to Statlander's Friday Night Fever. This was really good. Satisfied. And then Collision, we see Sky Blue versus Taya Valkyrie singles match. Sky Blue and Taya getting constantly booked makes me very happy, and Sky continues to be super over with the crowd. So this week Taya is back to heel after being babyface for a week in Canada last week. It was pretty surprising though seeing Taya defeat Sky here with not much trouble. I also feel like the chemistry was kind of off here. Sky really didn't get a chance to show off what she's got against Taya, and Taya got some big spots here like the outside spear, and in 8 minutes finishes Sky with the curb stomp. So I guess she gave up Jaded. Again, surprised to see Sky, who was booked so strongly for a month or two, to be defeated like this. And post-match, Taya admits that things have been kind of rough for her the last couple of weeks, and she challenges a fellow woman who's also having a bit of a funk, Britt Baker, for a match. There'll be a clash of big charismas, and I'm pretty excited about it. This was good.
Good. Not bad.
Let's move to Impact. So Impact was pretty chill here, and to my surprise, no new Knockouts champion Trinity sighting, but there was a heartfelt promo package recapping her win. And I guess the Coven will be battling Trinity and Danny Luna next week. This promo from Coven though was kind of weird. Instead of being all mysterious and witchy like they should be, they were just cracking dad jokes, and I'm like, are you guys okay? Did losing the titles affect you a lot? As for a match, we got a singles match, Savannah Evans versus Courtney Rush, like you expected. Tons of interfering again from the Shantaraj, but we got some help this time. Jessica takes out Giselle Shaw, who was pestering the referee throughout the entire match over and over again, and then Jody Threat comes out in this cute suspenders and just pick up and takes away Jay Vidal. And Jay, I guess, just kind of goes along with it. And with that, Courtney hits Spear on Savannah for the win in 4 minutes. Post-match, we see Giselle Shaw and Savannah go backstage to find Jay Vidal, but they run into the new Knockouts Tag Champions, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly. Giselle tells them to get lost, but the champs say they won't go through them. Whew, the new tag team storyline? This is actually pretty fresh, I'll say. Giselle Shaw then backs off, and Jody Threat then comes over to drop Jay Vidal off, all stunned and scared. Jody, what did you do to my man? I actually really like this backstage segment, and I have some hope for Knockouts Tag Division right now. Overall, satisfied. Lastly, I want to talk about ROH Death Before Dishonor, because women got to main event this pay-per-view, ROH Women's Championship match, Athena versus Willow Nightingale, and what a freaking match this was. I know I don't really cover ROH regularly, that's a lot of AEW content every week, but wow, this match really blew my mind. Obviously the historic nature of first-time women's championship main eventing on ROH pay-per-view, and 2 black women doing so is meaningful for a lot of people, but they also just brought it in the ring. I love their Owen Hart Cup tournament match, but yeah, that was just an appetizer because they freaking brought it here. A heck of a fight. But let's first start with Athena's entrance, because holy Remember how I talked about how I feel like Athena is in her final evolution form? These angel wings compared to her handmade wings that she brought out when she first arrived in AEW, it really symbolizes her evolution, how she has risen up like Phoenix. That entrance, probably one of the coolest entrances looks ever. Like her hair, makeup, just perfect. And this was a really hard-hitting, great back and forth match between the two amazing athletes. The crowd was also just like perfect. Willow Nightingale was so over with the crowd, and how wild this match get is so telling by the fact that Athena hits her first finisher around like half point of the match, and from there it just was constant high. The last 10 minutes or so was probably like hitting my spot so many times and over again. It was ridiculous. Like false finish after false finish. It was a false finish festival with all the high impact moves, and apparently a lot of these moves are inspired by all the wrestlers that they like really admire. The obliteration, the second row pedigree followed by powerbomb was insane. Death Bellow driver from the top row from Willow, and Willow kicks out from O-Face. Like outside of Asuka and the terrible spot with Jade, like not many people kick out from O-Face. By the way, I'm still mad that Ember Moon did not end Asuka's undefeated streak. Anyway, then Willow hits Athena with the Dr. Bomb, but she kicks out, so she sets up a super Dr. Bomb, but Athena escapes, hitting Willow with the second O-Face and locks in crossface until Willow Nightingale finally passes out. Whew, this was definitely a match of the year contender. Absolutely spectacular. I mean, I think the only criticism I've seen online is that Willow should have probably won. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I think Athena's reign is just now getting tons of traction with the Kiara Hogan match, and now this. So I'd be down to see her carry that belt a little more. And Willow is still so hot from winning the inaugural New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship and the Owen Hart Cup, so I'm not worried about her at all. I really love this match, and afterwards, Athena showing respect to Willow. I mean, it kind of goes against with the heel persona, but I still freaking loved it. This match deserved that spot. Almost amazing, super satisfied. Now it's time for Belle Keeper section, where one of our awesome YouTube members, aka Belle Keeper, send in whatever topic for us to talk about, and this week's topic is from Nerdy Dude 2474, and they said, how about a comparison between NXT and AEW when it comes to women's wrestling? No particular matches, just who do you think is doing a better job when it comes to booking? That is a loaded question. But I love this question because I have been thinking a lot about this, because since AEW first launched and started the whole Wednesday night war, things have changed massively. And now NXT and AEW are such different products in many ways, which I think makes this topic like super interesting. And of course, I'm just talking about women's wrestling because I don't really watch men outside of certain situations lately that have been getting a lot of interest from me. Things are pretty gay. Let's start talking about the talent pool, because NXT really truly transformed into a developmental territory where the focus is on building the talents of tomorrow. So most of the women outside of very few like Lyra and Blair are all like super young and or newer to wrestling, where AEW's top stars are seasoned veterans of major promotions and indie scenes, but they also have talents like Jade Cargill, Anna Jay, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, who AEW is investing a lot to be homegrown. So it's a bit of a mix for AEW. Storyline is probably the biggest differences here. NXT shows invest tons of time in building storylines. There are just so many angles going on right now in the women's division, and big chunks of the shows are used for video packages, interviews, backstage segments, skits, and even weekly show matches are rather short, and it's used to push the storyline for the eventual big matches at one of their pay-per-views. I really like this because even how big the women's locker room is in NXT, I feel like I know everyone dearly. AEW is more match focused. Taro, the wrestler, once told me that WWE is more of a weekly drama series and AEW is more like a weekly rock festival series. And I'm like, that's a perfect way to describe it. Storyline progressions are rather minimal, but they do come in forms of video packages, backstage interviews, and post-match spots here and there. In turn, women do get longer, hard-fought matches, even though oftentimes half of it ends up in picture-to-picture commercial, and feuds run in shorter cycles. Outside of this, I think the other big difference is that NXT seems like it's aggressively going towards younger audience with very PG-friendly angles, where AEW is a lot more adult. So I think those are some of the major differences, and let's be 100 for a little bit here.
Let me keep it 100 with you.
NXT definitely gets a lot better quality booking and more care from the management. I think AEW has capabilities to do so, but the lack of care from the management is pretty glaring. But most importantly, both NXT and AEW have amazing pool of women, and that's why I strongly support both brands. That was my answer. Hope you enjoyed that short thought piece. Oh, and if you want to submit the topic for next week's Belle Keeper section, make sure to join our YouTube membership if you haven't, and comment on the community tab post. And that is it for this week's weekly rundown. I'm finishing up my editing for Melina episode, so that will be dropping very soon. So get subscribed so that you can get the notification as soon as the interview drops. And if you can't wait, there's also also an early access version ready for you whenever you become the Belle Keeper by joining our membership. Also, is anyone going to SummerSlam? I am totally going, and there will be tons of interviews there. I'm so excited about it, so that's happening. And to follow me on social media, you can find me at DShin on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye!